welcome back to another episode of PA Whiskey Guys. I'm Chris.
And I'm Jesse.
And Johnny here.
How long's it been since the last time we recorded?
I don't know, but the weather still feels pretty good.
The weather's awesome. I ain't gonna lie. It's nice.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks. I mean,
I feel like it's been a while.
You know, we last time we were together, we recorded a couple, you know. So it's probably been at least 3 weeks.
I was going to say 3.
You know.
Okay.
Weather's getting a little bit nicer out.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm looking forward to it, you know.
Yeah, you guys are going to be up at camp soon.
Yeah, I can't wait. I mean, it's a work to get going.
Yeah.
I want to go fishing. Trout season here in PA starts.
Yeah, it's my daughter's birthday.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Gotta call it quits a little early to make it.
Yeah, it's her party. So, well, good. Before we get started on what we're drinking, I have a question for you guys. Which direction do you put your belt on?
Which direction?
It's a good question.
Which way do you start? Do you start to the left or do you start to the right?
Left.
Counterclockwise.
Okay.
Yeah, counterclockwise.
Looking down.
Yeah, looking down.
You're looking down
counterclockwise. I put mine on before I put my pants on. I'll string it through.
Okay.
You know, makes it easier.
Yeah, but to the left. All right. There's some weirdos out there that go to the right, and they're not left-handed.
Way to break the ice tonight.
Yeah, that would be weird.
Oh, it's definitely weird.
Yeah, I guess I could. I was gonna say I didn't think I could do that, but I guess I could.
Yeah, I met a few people that do it the other way, and they're right-handed.
Wow.
I'm like, what's wrong with you?
It's a way to get the show rolling tonight.
Like women, I thought were supposed to put their belts on that way.
Yeah, left-handed zippers or right-handed zippers or whatever. Yeah, it's weird.
Because their blouses and their pants typically, or at least used to be, the opposite of a man's.
Yeah, buttons, all that stuff.
Oh, yeah, no kidding, right?
Yeah, it is.
But do you know why?
I don't.
Because other people used to dress them.
Oh.
And it's easier on the other side to button a blouse or to... Either way, I thought this was
some interesting facts today.
So,
and we have not tested anything before we started.
No, I haven't had a sip yet. So this is coming in completely on an empty bloodline, I should say. So we're good. We're testing 0. All right. So episode 61. This is the 13th Colony Southern Bourbon. This is my first.
Yeah, I think me and John tried this once before.
I see that bottle.
You know, just sitting around.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had this one.
But
I think I've seen a purple. Do they have a purple label?
They have all kinds of different ones. I think, yeah, green or like mint color or
green.
A couple.
Yeah, green. Greens are for the ryes. Then they have some limited bottlings and stuff like that vary with different color labels.
All right. So why don't we have the green label one in front of us?
Well, stay tuned for another episode.
It's good. I tried it somewhere else, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
The rye, yeah. One of them, not the cat strength, the regular one.
Okay.
Oh, cash strength rye, Chris.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Maple Spire rye.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oof. I mean, I know it's not cast strength, but we kind of mentioned the hazmats before, and I found we were just talking about that the other morning at work. Someone had it, and I was like, it was like 140 something. So that's hazmat, right?
Yeah, 140 and above.
Okay.
And that was 13 Colonies?
No, it wasn't 13 Colonies. I don't think. I forget what brand it was. But when he mentioned the proof, I was like, oh, man, we were just talking about that the other day, too. So this is, so back to this, the 13 Colony. I'm assuming this is their, like, run-of-the-mill, this is their flagship deal, their bourbon.
Yeah, this is pretty much their standard issue.
Okay. So the proof is 95 proof. The age is between 4 and 6 years, and their mash bill is 70% corn, 21% rye, 9% malted barley. So it's got some rye in there.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not that balance you're looking for, but
But I still think it's close enough. We got
that's it.
some
It's
in
got a
there.
rye.
All right. I would like to start paying more attention to these mash bills and that malted barley. Because I see it in a few, not all of them. You know what I mean?
It's in most. It's in most bourbons. It should be
Yeah.
in most bourbons unless there's wheat.
Okay, that's where they...
It depends on how much they put in, though. Because you could have, more rye, more corn, but there's usually malted barley.
Oh, okay.
Usually in a bourbon. Usually that's
Yeah.
usually the third grain. It's predominantly the third grain almost.
Right.
Unless it's wheat, unless it's a 4 grain.
Yeah.
But typically it's going to be malted, some percentage of malted barley.
Yeah, I'd like to start paying attention to that percentage, though, there, to see, because it's got to play some type of part in it.
Yeah, it kind of like makes it mellow, makes it sweeter for sure. It'll
Right.
add some sweet characteristics. It does a couple other things, but I'm assuming it does. I don't know. We have to do an episode on it. I have a sheet that I was kind of putting together about facts, We'll just have to do an episode on that.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it goes down into mash bills, but it's definitely something we can also discuss, A lot of the mash bills, they're common in Kentucky. And I say that even though this 13th colony is from Georgia, which coincidentally they source from Indiana, which is MGP. So, but the mash bills in Kentucky, other than some that just don't disclose it, like Buffalo Trace or whatever, and I'm not sure who else, most people know them because they don't change. They haven't changed in forever.
Okay.
So 78, 10, 12, that's a common one, I think, in Kentucky. That might be Wild Turkeys, actually. It's always going to be that. That's what they use,
Oh, okay.
So, and those mash bills are, even if people are sourcing them, sourcing whiskey,
Mm-hmm.
it's that mash bill is common as well,
So then really it just comes down to their aging process.
Like for instance, yeah, it does. In the barrels that they use and the location that they're stored and all that stuff. It could be. There's tons of different factors.
Okay.
And
with Georgia, the high humidity, I'm sure, has a play into it.
Yeah, I was listening to a podcast about, and we did it on ours, that Southern Star Paragon, which is Statesville Distilling. They have 2 different websites. They have one for Southern Star, which is their product line, but it's Statesville, which is the town that it's in, obviously. Mm-hmm. They are sourcing a lot of stuff, and they have mash bills, and you can come in and customize your own thing. It's pretty neat.
Oh, wow.
But they were talking about, though, they age on site, obviously, if need be. If you're not a non-distilling producer, if you had your own distillery and didn't produce inside, but you have the space to age and all that, these guys will also age for you. And they were saying something about the climate in North Carolina where, it gets hot in the summer and it gets humid, so they don't lose a lot of liquid. It keeps it up,
Right.
keeps the barrels all swollen.
Was that the Angel's share?
Yeah, Angel's share, the loss of...
Yeah.
I never thought about that with the humidity. You're not going to lose.
Yeah.
You're not going to really evaporate.
Because it's not dry.
Yeah.
It's just moisture in the air, yeah. But then they said about, too, when it gets down to, in the 40s, that's what they want it to do. But it doesn't... They were saying those periods don't stay that long. It's not like Texas where 100 days plus you're getting 90-degree temperatures,
Right.
So, and I'm not sure about Kentucky, Wind in the rick houses play a factor.
Yeah.
They have windows and they let the wind in, and that all plays a factor in barrel aging.
Hey, you never think of that.
Yeah, right.
It's just, they say some of them, I think Wild Turkey's on the river, one of them or whatever. Maybe the Kentucky River. I have no idea, but that the river influences taste. That's what they say. I don't know. I don't know if it's them either, but I heard that before.
Yeah, it's interesting, how different environmental variables will affect products, finished product.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Kentucky alone, the limestone water. That's why that's why it's the best place on the planet to do it.
Okay.
We here in PA we have limestone,
Yeah, New York does too. I think,
yeah,
right?
some of it does, but we don't have the temperature swings. We don't get hot enough here. I don't think. Not that they can't do it, but I don't know. It would have to sit in the barrel probably a lot longer here in PA, our area for sure.
Yeah, different.
Because we don't have. I mean, look, we always talk about the weather when we record. It's 30 degrees one day, it's 70 the next.
Yeah, we don't have like the consistent weather swing.
Yeah, those
Right,
areas
yeah.
have consistent. They know.
Yeah.
They know. So, and I'm assuming, we're rambling at this point, but Georgia's probably the same concept.
Yeah, they
a little
just,
bit.
depending on where it is, it just doesn't get as cold.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
they're
Yeah, it wouldn't get as cold. Yeah.
They're warmer
Yeah.
climate. I don't know where they are in Georgia.
I don't. Yeah, it doesn't say
As
in
far as
the
the
little
map
notes
goes.
thing that we have here. It doesn't really say. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they've won awards, for this and probably some of their other ones.
Yeah.
It looks like they do have a cast strength of this one too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they just dropped it a week or two ago on their website,
Oh.
which
Yeah.
I missed.
Yeah. So their website, do they ship? I'm assuming they ship right to
They,
certain states.
right, certain states through like a third party fulfillment
okay.
situation. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. What do you guys? Did you guys get into the nose at all yet?
Yeah, I'm just diving in here.
Definitely like corn forward,
Okay.
like a cereal,
Yeah.
bready type of nose to it.
I got a little cherry or like a little like fruit on it.
Yeah, I'm getting a little fruit on the nose of some sort. I don't know, sweet. It's not nothing jumping out towards for me, but it's not your typical Kentucky bourbon,
No.
caramel, vanilla, brown
Right.
sugar. I'm not getting any of that. It's definitely fruity on that side.
Very pleasant though.
Yeah, it's almost like when you rip open a fruit cup
Yeah.
and you get that light aroma.
that syrup.
Right,
Yeah.
yes.
We mentioned
Yep.
that not that long ago. We were just talking about that, and
Yeah.
I forget. But yeah, it's
That's it. Yep.
I had a Four Roses, one of the red ones. I'm not sure which recipe I have on Friday, Saturday, whatever it was. And they're typically fruit forward, and it was different. I haven't had it in a while, and it was tasty. Just 100 proof one, but it hit the spot. It was definitely fruity. I had a little spice on the back end,
Yeah.
but it was good.
I haven't ventured into that Four Roses in a while. That one that I have, it's been a little bit.
Time to pop the top.
Yeah. Yeah. Time to get back into it. What about the palate? What do you guys think?
Like a light breadiness to it. Very, very corn forward though. Even on the nose, that carries right over into the palate for me.
Yeah,
anyway.
I'm not getting like you're talking like corn heavy, like moonshine
grainy-
corn.
Yeah, a little
Not as
bit,
not
right.
as
Yeah.
as powerful as that. I'm not getting that at all. Not even on the nose. On the palate, it's like confectioner sugar. It's like
Yeah.
cherry pie-ish kind of.
Okay.
I mean, it's faint. It's more sweet, like pastry style.
Like an
versus
undone,
an actual.
like a not cooked pie, like a not.
Yeah, I'm not even
I
the
don't know
dough
how to-
part though. Like I'm not like,
Oh, you're talking like filling.
yeah, like pie filling ish.
Okay.
That's not even a word.
Pie
But
filling ish.
Pie filling ish. Ish.
A couple more sips, you get it straight.
but it's not pie crust because it's not like
Pie crust-ish.
like doughy or anything like that. You know?
You're talking more like the butteriness that you get off like a good homemade pie crust.
No, like almost like a not a tart because it's not tart in flavor, but like one of those like a cobbler. I don't know.
So kind of like a Danish type of setup?
Like a Danish.
Yeah, okay.
Like a Danish, like
Makes
a cream
sense.
cheese Danish, like those Danish
Yeah,
kind of cream cheese.
yeah.
Not cream cheese flavoring though.
Yeah.
But
Right.
like with like cherry or raspberry or something like that.
I definitely get the confectionery sugar part of it, but it's real light. Now, I did get chewing on a little bit. You get a little peppery.
It's got a
Taste
little
to it.
it's got a little bite on the towards the finish for me.
Not bad though. I like it. That's good.
It's not thick. It's not like a mouth coating bourbon. It's pretty light in taste. I mean, you could probably crush this in the summertime.
Oh, yeah. The finish it's there and then it's gone.
It's gone fast.
Yeah.
It's definitely gone fast. I mean,
But it's nice. It's delicate. It's flavorful. It reminds me a lot of like Frosted Flakes.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah, before you let it...
I can get that. I don't get the green part, but I get the sugary sweetness
Right.
part.
And that's why I think I'm relating a lot to like the corn flakes type of thing because it just, to me, it has that, when you take a hit of that cereal, that corny, sweet type of like flavor going on.
Yeah. Yeah, I could definitely see that too. I get that. I think that's kind of like the confectionery sugar too, like
Yeah.
your frosted.
I mean, looking at the notes that I printed out for us, I didn't look at them. I didn't even look at any of these that we're gonna talk about, and it's. I'm not getting a sweet corn, kind of like you guys are. Like it says
Yeah.
sweet corn, sugar, caramel, red cherry, dark fruits, brown sugar, and vanilla, and then rice, spice, pepper.
It's pretty spot on.
Yeah, and I'm checking out the notes there too, and I see like a light maple sweetness, which I'm getting that on the, right on the palate when you take a take a sip. Yeah. I think it's definitely very unique. It's got its own very distinct profile to it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan. I like this. Now, is this available in PA?
That's a hard negative.
Any of them?
Nothing.
None of them. Oh,
No, this was an
man.
out-of-state bottle.
MSRP with 45, I think is what it
Yeah,
said.
I think this, it was around $40. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah, it's just another one. I mean,
have to make
we're
another
over
trip.
the part of, recommending to anybody that's listening to get stuff in PA because, we'll run out of stuff. Like, thankfully you guys travel here and there and stuff could pick up different bottles. We could all sit around and try. But
Yeah, we're limited.
yeah, I mean,
there's still a ton left, and that we haven't even.
God,
yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, there's tons. Yeah,
And there's the smaller ones too, like
Right.
the smaller companies. But
yeah.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs
Well, hopefully,
up on this.
yeah, definitely thumbs up here as well.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's definitely good. I mean, it's approachable. Like I think they used that. That was their
Yeah.
terminology. It's approachable for sure. It's a kind of a good starter. It's got a lot of flavor. It's got a lot of fruit forward flavor.
Yeah.
And especially, like you said, this could go down pretty easy. The summer's coming, hopefully sooner than later. It's a little lighter in profile and body. And at least if, when it's hot outside, when the weather finally cracks, this is a nice sipper. Even if, I usually, do my pours neat, but even if you just throw a rock in there to keep it cool down a
Yeah.
little bit, it'll stay nice and balanced.
See, that's why I like in the summertime. Even I like trying them with a cube too, though. I like the larger ice cube, but I like
I
trying
need
them
to.
that way, too.
I don't. I don't know. I just don't anymore. I should.
I'm just a fan of cold. Like I want my drinks cold.
Yeah.
And I've learned too that the cold will change the profile of a whiskey
Yeah.
as well.
That's what I think why I
definitely,
don't
yeah.
like it because I like to taste I like to taste it first.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have had, like I remember being at camp, that we mentioned it. I remember drinking a Knob Creek Select Rye or whatever they call it. And we were drinking it on ice and it It was sweeter. It got sweeter, and I mean, we could have killed a bottle in one night. We were sitting around the campfire and stuff,
Yeah.
you know, and it was just going down good, you know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, well,
yeah, I give this a thumbs up. I like it,
absolutely.
you know.
And it's nice to try stuff from these smaller distilleries. I mean, these guys have definitely been in the spotlight. You know, maybe the last 2-3 years, somewhere in that ballpark.
Yeah, they're pretty popular for, you know, for what they've been putting out. I'm gonna assume that it's probably all sourced still. I don't keep up with them, so I personally don't know, you know. But I would assume that they're all sourced, you know. But
Yeah.
again, that doesn't matter. I mean, we know
No.
that MGP got hate years ago, and you know, all these other companies, but it's all them. They could be blending for all we know. I mean, you know, it doesn't tell you in this one, but it's how they finish it and store it, and you know, it's good.
And I mean, at the end of the day, if it's a good product and you enjoy it, there's nothing wrong with anybody that's sourcing.
Yeah, no,
I
not
mean,
at all.
it's a good pour. It's a
Yeah.
good pour. That's it.
Absolutely. Well, guess we can wrap this one up, huh?
Thumbs up all around on this one.
Double thumbs up. Yeah, I like this. Like I said, it's smooth. Well, because I can say that. It's approachable. I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. You know, you're not going to burn your palate out on it. It's not too hot.
No,
It's
yeah,
not too
definitely.
crazy.
You can keep coming. You can definitely have
Yeah.
a couple pours of this in a night.
All right. Well, for those listening, don't forget, like and subscribe. Follow us on all major platforms. Anywhere you're listening, start up a conversation with us. I mean, we'd really like to hear what you guys have to say if you're out there. So
Yeah, give us a review like on
Yeah.
Apple Podcast and Spotify. They're the only two platforms that allow for reviews, but
Okay.
leave some reviews out there. I mean, I don't think we have any really.
No.
It'll
Or
help
head
us.
over to
It'll
our
help us
Facebook,
grow.
Yeah.
It'll help us grow. So
Absolutely. Yeah. Head over to the Facebook page, messages, comment. You know, let us know you're out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm Chris.
I'm Jesse.
And Johnny here.
We'll catch you with your cork out.